Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, Liliveth Tate channel. Hello, how is everybody in the world today, tonight, afternoon, in your time? So mega love shout out to all my members, my new subscribers who subscribe my channel, my friends, my super chatters, my donators on my PayPal. Thank you so much, guys, that you never get tired sending donation, and I really appreciate that because that's a big help for my channel and also to build my uh, studio in the future. So it starts my fun for that. It starts, and last night, guys, I had trolls, but sorry, I apologize, guys. So I drop the words that I'm not uh used to say that, but sometimes we're just human. But I realized that, okay, I don't want to pay attention those trolls to ruin my show. Okay, so I apologize for that. Robin Pinag. Hello, where are you from? Robin Pinaglabana. Pinaglabana. It's very Tagalog here. It's very Tagalog your last name. And for those new to my channel, don't forget to drop your country or city so that I will mention your city or country where you're from. All right. Cassandra, hello. So, who is this? Melvin. Melvin. So, oh, I think I need a new eyeglasses. Even though I'm wearing eyeglasses, I cannot barely read your name, guys. It's too small. Okay. Hi, who's this fancy? Gustav. Oh my goodness. Thumbs up. Okay. So don't forget, guys, to give me a thumbs up. So our random topic today is, would you like are you excited to know our topics that we're gonna talk? Okay. How to keep a relationship alive. Okay, so that's one thing that we really want. Okay, to keep that, or to sustain that kind of relationship with our partner, is to keep the relationship alive. Alive. Not cold, not die. If the relationship is dying, oh my goodness, that's a bad sign, guys, that you are in the cold, cold relation. Okay. Hi, MP. Good evening to you. So, by the way, guys, this coming June, I know May 7, so that would be 12 midnight in my time. Okay, I have interview with Brian from Australia. So please, please support us. Okay, so next week, no, yeah, next week, May 7th, 12 midnight Philippine time. So that would be 2 p.m. Australia time. So I already post, the interview, and then check it out on my thumbnail. That's the guy that I want to interview. Lucas, oh my goodness, I'm new here, but what is the channel about? The channel about, okay, Lucas, I want to let you know that my channel is all about culture. Um, it's all about Filipino food, and I share also good experience in life, and then information for those Western people or Asian people, how to deal in real life, or how to deal different, particularly here in my in my country. All right, and I can do also women's repair thing. Okay. So where are you from, Lucas? Are you from the west or are you from the east? My eyeglass. I need the new eyeglass, guys. East. Okay. Philippines, Cambodia, Thailand, uh, Japan. What part of east? Hold on, guys. Let me get my eyeglass. Sometimes when I do cooking, I think it really, it really bother, the steam. Anyway, it's time for me to get my new eyeglass. Hold on, guys. Let me excuse for a while. Who wants to sponsor my eyeglass? My new eyeglass, guys. So my eyeglass here, it's including, including the checkup. The checkup is free, but I have astigmatism. So about 7,000 to 8,000. 100, well, in USD about $1, $100, 155, things like that. I can't barely, I can't barely, I'm blind. I'm blind. And you know what, sometimes, guys, when I looking for my eyeglass, where's my eyeglass? I just back and forth in the room. And, on my closet, I always put there on my eyeglass. And then I've been passing by many times. I cannot find. And then suddenly, oh, it's here. Oh my goodness. Oh my God. What's happening? Maybe it's time for me to wash my cloth. I know. Okay, much better na. So I think it's time for me to wash this. So this is my eyeglass cleaner. Okay. Oh, Lucas, what happened to you? Are you still there? 3. Okay, so let's start to our topic. So our topic for tonight is, this is random topic. So how to keep the relationship alive. Okay, so here's the thing that I will also um, give some more details. Look how to keep the relationship alive, not dying, not cold. Okay, because you know that if the relationship is cold, oh my goodness, that's a bad sign that you need to work hard for that. Okay, so to keep the relationship alive, focus on opening communication, quality time to to gather some continued romantic gesture. Also be mindful of each other's needs and desires, and don't be afraid to try new things together to keep things exciting. Okay, so especially for those, for those couple, for women or vice versa, if you want to, if you want to, like it says here, that don't be afraid to try new things together. Okay, sometimes, some of the couples that, oh, I don't like to do that, especially if, okay, if the wife loves to play golf, and then try to play golf. Okay, but at first, at first, when you start trying new things, at first you're not really excited because you're not into enthusiasm of that. But at the end of the day, if you keep doing that, you um you will realize that, oh, it's so good, to play golf or any kinds of sports. Or like some women, they afraid, to ride on the bike with their, with their husband. So that's a good bonding also, guys, but don't be afraid to try new things. All right. Okay, so here's more details. Look and how to keep relationship alive. Number one is communication is the key. Okay, always to communicate with your partner and talk about your feelings, desires, and what you have both enjoy in the relationship. So don't be hesitate to tell your, your friend. But you have, this is one thing, guys, that sometimes women, especially women, they are in, they love, saving face. And sometimes you have to say it in a nice way so that she don't feel offended. Same thing with the men. Sometimes men are like that, they feel offended of, if the woman very, very straightforward to tell what she noticed about him. So you can say anything to him, but make sure that she or he will not offended, okay? And always, tells, uh the feelings, okay? The feelings. Don't be shy, okay? Don't be shy. And number one is you always active to listening to your partner. That's, the best thing. That sometimes they listen, but when it comes to the other ears, it's just like psh, that's bye bye. So they do not really listen. They just listen, but after that, they goes out to the other ears. Okay, so you have to listen about that. And then pay attention when your partner is speaking and try to understand their perspective, okay? Let your partner finish first what he or she's telling about you. Don't stop him or her right away. And especially if you're not agree with the thing. But just try to listen, okay? Because that's the best thing that in a relationship always alive, to have a you know regular communication. And then or communicate. So next is, communicate regularly. I already mentioned, no, regularly. So you have to communicate regularly, even though work. You both work. So, like, you have to talk to your partner that, by the time that, of course, you don't want to talk during your office hour. Okay, because of course, if your boss is kind of a strict, you might fired because it shows to your boss that you are not serious of your job. But you have to sit time that it won't really bother your work. Okay, so like, just 15 minutes, 3 minutes, as long as you have communicate regularly. Okay, and then by the time that, okay, you must be understand also the situation with each other, especially you both working. So if the man is working and then the woman is not, so women more patient to understand that kind of situation. Okay, sometimes, whew, this is, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Some Filipina, well, majority of Filipina are very jealous when it comes to time that, once they send you a message. This is Filipina style, ha, Filipina style. Once they send message and then you did not respond right. Oh, there's so many things goes around in the mind of that Filipina. Okay, but here's the thing that I would like to address for those Filipina, especially if you have a Western boyfriend. Be patient, especially if your boyfriend is working. Okay, so like I said, you have to sit time together. It doesn't really matter if that's only 10 minutes, as long as you spend time regularly. Okay, that's important. And then, if the man, try to also explain to the, for the man that, so that, this your girlfriend will not really think about, there's so many things go around the, jealous thing, no. Explain to her, okay, so that she understand why you cannot respond right away, or it depends what type of job you have. Okay, sometimes, if you have white collar job or blue collar job, sometimes your boss is very strict. So you have to explain that. So it doesn't mean that, you did not respond her right away. It means that you ignore her. No, it's not. It's just like you take care, or uh you're very careful about your job, because once you lose your job, that's really fucked up, guys. Okay, that's really fucked up. So for women, especially Filipina, be be patient, and be understanding your Western boyfriend for that. Okay, don't make just a small thing and then you suddenly jealous. Okay, I understand some women, they do like jealous because they need attention, but too much jealousy is no good. Okay, and I gonna tell you guys, for men, if you experience too much jealousy of your girlfriend, you have to talk to her. You have to talk to her eye to eye, mouth to mouth. Okay, because if she's not really, if she's not really stopped doing that, too much jealousy, there's no harmony in our relationship, because there's so many things go around in her head that if she don't really understand why you cannot really respond that. So you must be, for women, you must be patient, and to yourself, if the man's like you, if the man's love you, no matter what other women doing, if the man like you and love you, other women cannot steal that from you. But you have also to give consideration towards, or to the side of a man. Okay, not only on your side that he will give consideration, but you have always look up the situation, guys, before you give the consideration, or chances. All right, and then for the communication regularly, don't wait for big issue to arise before having conversation. Check in with each other regularly and share your thoughts and feelings. Yes, that's what I said, that spend your time, you have to, like, so, well, if it's, if you have, for Filipina, if you have a boyfriend from the West, particularly USA, so the time is different. Morning there, it's evening here. So you have to sit that time, no matter how you busy is, because that's the time also that you have to sacrifice things so that the relationship always alive. Okay, you don't have to stay there for 2 hours. That's too much. Just spend time, because of course you bother also your boyfriend's work, unless the or for the man, just talk to your girlfriend if it's during the break time. Okay, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, that's okay, but you have to communicate regularly. All right, because I'm just be honest with you guys, Filipina are very celosa, jealous. Oh my goodness. Hi Bob, hello, good evening. It's just like they, once they send a message, okay, and then within a minute you did not, you did not respond. There's so many questions. Why? Oh my goodness, within 30 minutes there's a bunch of message. So you have to be aware of that once you're dealing with Filipina. I will, okay. Yeah, Yeah, it's okay, Bob. I really appreciate that. It's okay. And then next, number two, quality time in shared experiences. Okay, what are those? Fatima Noor. Hello, Fatima Noor. Where are you from, Fatima? Fatima? Okay, so the quality time shared experience, what are those? Okay. Number one is date nights. Schedule regularly date nights to focus solely in each other, connect, reconnect. Okay, so for those, for those, especially this is, for, not a long distance relationship, but it's always there. You always have a date nights or weekend date. So that's important that your bond is always in there. Okay, and then share activities. Okay, so that's one thing, guys, that I mentioned, that very important in a relationship to have something in common. Okay, like if the man likes to cook and the woman likes to cook, that's a good thing, that you have to share activities. Okay, you can invite your boyfriend, you can invite your girlfriend in your place and then cook together. So that's the good thing, that you have activity. So things that you are something in common, guys. So that the relationship will alive, not cold, not dead. All right? Take note, guys, huh? And different hobbies. Okay, if you like to, if you love to go to like car show, or if you love to if you love to go to concert or watching movies, that's a good bond with your with your partner. All right, and then next is new experiences. Okay, so that's the part of a quality time in your experience with your partner. And first is date nights, and then number two is shared activities. That's what I mentioned. If you are something in common, that you love to cook, that's a good thing also, that you can cook together. And you experience, like you experience, like example, if you're not really into the mountain climbing, and then you realize, oh, this is a good, this is a good experience that you can share with your mate. So convince your convince your partner that mountain climbing is is nice also experience to share with him or with her, or any kind of any kinds of activities that you can share with him, because this is the new things to keep things interesting and create new memories. So no matter what, if something happened that your relationship did not really work, but you have a good memories with each other. So that's important also, that you don't really feel stuck because the relationship did not work, but you have to look back the good memories that you've been together, not the bad memories, because most of us, if the relationship did not really work, uh is it's always we remembered the bad memory, and that the bad memory, it really create hatred. All right, so we don't want the bad memories to look back. We always look back the good memories, no matter what, because damage is done. So what can you do if damage is done? So just always look back the good times or the good memories with your partner, if the relationship will not work. Okay, And then, that's important also that uh, I always mention this for for those new couple. Keep your time. Oh, keep your time, not keep your time. Uh, what do you call that? Don't rush yourself. Okay, don't rush yourself to find a mate. Okay, take your time to know the person because that's very important if you have something in common. Because if you have something in common, it's easy for you to communicate, it's easy for you to share activities, and easy for you to share experiences with your partner. Okay, because here's the thing, guys, that most of us is just like we want instant relationship, and then within a few months the relationship did not really work, and you will find out that this person, another woman that he's dealing or she's dealing with, because they don't give their self a time to know the person before to commit strong relationship. That's why the relationship did not really work or did not keep the relationship alive. So the relationship keep cold and the relationship die. Okay, who is this? Mandirigma Sika Vlog. Shout out kay Mandirigma Boss Idol naka full support. Well, very Tagalog you're. So thank you so much for supporting me. Tagalog na Tagalog yung ano mo ha, yung ano mo, yung title ng channel mo. Is that your channel? So did you get, guys, what I'm trying? This is thing that, remember, this is the word from Tate channel, okay? So this is not, this is not a fantasy advice or fantasy opinion. This is real talk, okay? If you want the relationship alive, then listen what I'm saying now, okay? But for those don't want, it's okay, no problem if you don't want to listen, okay? It's that's your prerogative. What best for your relationship, what best for yourself, okay? Boss, what? Anong ibig mong sabihin pindutin? What? What are you talking about? Wala akong pakialam sa kampana mo, oy. Pindutin mo mag-isa, okay? Pindutin mo mag-isa. Anong klaseng tao yan? Anong klaseng tao ka, oy? Kung ako, pukpukin ko yung kampana mo para mabasag. Para matigil ang kahibangan mo. Huwag mo dalhin yan dito sa channel ko, oy. Huwag mong dalhin ang kahibangan mo. Nakakasira ka ng mudo. Okay, so how to keep the spark? So that's the, the thing that I would like to share with you guys, how to keep the spark. Number one is try something new. Okay, so try something new. Try something new. Relationship grows stale with the habits and routines are literally the norm. Therefore, try something new to see your partner. You know what? What's your partner? Interest. One of the reason that attraction between couples can dwindle is the lack of variety. The mandate of day-to-day life coupled with. So you have to, my goodness, what's happening this? Okay, so you have to try something new that, to really. Dudia, hello. Guys, here's one thing before I continue talking about this. For those people go on my show. If you cannot say good to me, or if you cannot say good, then leave my channel. I don't want to absorb your bad energy or bad vibes. I don't want to absorb that, and I don't want also people watching on my show to absorb that negative energy from me. Okay, I want to spread the good energy here and positive energy. So if you come to my show that you can, if you cannot control your mouth, then leave my channel, because I'm gonna tell in your face you're not welcome here, because I don't want to entertain people that is so bastos, no manners. Um, they cannot control their self, what their words coming in their mouth. No, I don't want to absorb that from you. If you want to stay on my channel, then behave. Okay, behave. So if you don't want my show, or if you don't want my opinion or my discussion, free to leave. I will not force you to stay in my channel. I will not entertain you. I will not tolerate you to disrespect me or other people on the live chat. All right? So if you're not interested to learn something new to me, then free to leave. Okay? Don't leave your BS on my show, because I don't want that. I don't want to absorb that negative energy from you. All right? Uh, uh, this is all about, the how, or the to keep to keep a relationship alive. Okay, that's very important for those couple, that you have to keep relationship alive, because if you experience your relationship with your partner is cold and it's almost dying, that's red flag. Okay, that's red flag. So there's a things that I explained, that to maintain the relationship alive. So I already mentioned, but I don't want to say it again and again. Okay, so it's all about how to keep relationship alive. Okay, and also for my people, don't come here on my show. Go to the other channel, that you can do things that, if you're If you feel, if you feel horny, don't go to other channel, not here in my show, because my show is helping people to educate themselves, learning new things, learning how to manage yourself, or how to manage relationship. But my show is not, is not things that, the the kabastusan thing. Okay, no, I will not, I will not allow that. Okay, if you're doing some flirty thing, or horny thing, go to other channel. Okay, go to other channel, not my channel is not that. Okay, so if you cannot say good on my show, then shut your mouth, or leave. Leave. Because I um appreciate people that wants to learn from me, and I value their opinion. But if your opinion is just like no manners, then free to leave, because you're not welcome. I'm just be honest with you. Okay, I don't tolerate that kind of action, or that kind of personality. Don't you know that, doing this, don't you think that, I'm just sitting here, just create things? I study things so that I can give good information to people, how to save the relationship with their partner. And then you come here and do something. Okay, Mandirigma, if I were you, leave my channel. Leave my channel. Because if I'm the one you ask me about, pindutin yung kampana mo, I will not pindot your kampana. I'm gonna smash your kampana so that you will know that you bastos. You're literally bastos, no manners. And I think there's something wrong in your mind. You're mentally ill. It is like, just like last night. But anyway, I don't want to feed, but, I just hide you. Okay? People cannot say good on the live chat. I consider you guys that you are mentally ill. Okay, you're mentally ill, and you need psychiatrists. Okay, so I'm gonna continue, guys. Continue things. Okay, and number two, this is all about how to keep the spark. Okay, spark in a relationship. So I already mentioned, try something new. And then number two is to listen. You always listen to your, to your partner. Even, the discussion, you always give your time, to listen. So you have to share also your, your opinion about how you interpret the discussion with him, or how you interpret the discussion with her. That's very important, that you have to listen with each other. Sometimes it's not that way that some couple, some, very, very dominating some of their partner, that you have to listen about this, but they don't really give a chance their partner to express how they look the situation. Okay, so you have to give a chance also to your partner to express what's their opinion. You cannot really twist their hand just to agree what you're saying. That's not fair. Okay, and number three is spend time apart. sometimes, we people, it's just like, for those couple that sometimes you have to respect also that, your husband or your wife need a time alone. So if they need, if they want to be alone, then don't really think about, because sometimes women and men, they just want to relax and just enjoy, once they watching or do something, they just want to be alone. Don't overthink about that, because we people, we feel that, there was a time in your life that you want to be alone, but it doesn't mean that you rejected your partner or you abandon your partner. It's not it, they just want to be alone. Okay, you have to give that a respect for your partner. Okay, but sometimes, women, they're very jealous. These guys, I can tell, Filipino women are very jealous. So you have to be, you have to be patient for that, and you have to explain to them, because if you be, for those Western people, sometimes I know Western people, they just want to be alone. Okay, and sometimes Filipina don't understand that, why he don't want me to stay with him, and he want to, don't want to talk to me. Is anybody, there's a third party, that's so many things go around in their mind. But you have to, women must understand also that we are not same culture, especially, for Western, and then, Asian. There's so many culture that Western culture that we don't have. Okay, so the adjustment period, it's quite long before you understand, okay, this is, I don't need to react, or I don't over saturated about this, their, Asian culture. All right, so the third, okay, I already mentioned, and the fourth is communicate emotions. So communicate emotion. You always tell, especially for those, for those couple, okay? Always appreciate your wife. Always appreciate your husband. Good things, big things or small things that your husband or wife doing to you, you have to appreciate that. Thank you. Always say thank you, because that's mean a lot, so that the relationship always alive. Okay, and sometimes, especially when you're married like 15 years, 20 years, it's kind of a hard for those, husband or wife that say thank you. Okay, so always, and then if you ask a favor, you have to say, um you have to, you have to ask. Okay, you have to ask, not to tell, because if you're gonna tell, it's just like you treated your partner as a slave. Okay, you have to ask, not to tell. Okay, and that's the communicate emotions. And if you're, like, if you do things like, like uh helping, you're cleaning the house, and then your husband help you, you always say thank you to him. Or your wife, your wife cook your favorite food, you always say thank you, sweetheart. Or it depends what, endearment term you call her. Always. And sometimes this is thing that, you cook the food, for the husband. Sometimes, ungrateful, they don't appreciate, they complain, how's the taste in this. you know Preparing the food is not easy, so you have to appreciate that. And that's the time, that's the start that the relationship starts to cold, because you don't know how to communicate emotions. Same thing with the woman. If the man, like, like in the West, if the man bought, presents, like it's not signature brand of purse, women don't appreciate. They want Louis Vuitton, Hermes, Chanel, Gucci. They don't appreciate that. But for me, it doesn't really matter, if it's that. It's the thought counts, all right? But some women, they don't, they don't appreciate that. So that's the start that the relationship starting too cold or dying, because you don't know how to communicate emotions. You don't know how to appreciate, okay? And here's the thing that, okay, of course, if if the husband has enough money, why he buy that not good one to give to the wife? But you have to give also consideration that that's he can afford to give you, but you have to appreciate that. Because guys, especially for those couple that they have children, before the husband gets something that he wants, if their children finish college, and then um once he has, he retired, now he can do whatever he wants to do. He can buy his favorite bike, he can buy, his favorite car, because he already finished, support the children, so the children starts their own once they finish college. But sometimes, wife, in a relationship, if you want the relationship keep alive, you have to give consideration, guys. Consideration is very important talaga. And then patient and respect. So I have a experience with you guys. Okay, this is my experience. When I was working, I noticed about my boss. What make, Prada? Okay. I'm so interested, my boss, and every time he go to the office, my boss, his wallet is Prada, his shoes is Prada, his belt is Prada, his attache case is Prada, everything is Prada. And that time I'm not really, what is Prada? Why? What's something interesting about Prada? And then when I met Frank, and then he asked me if there's a chance, if somebody will give you, what would you like? Of course, I have curiosity about that, because I saw that with my boss. Okay, and then I told him Prada. Prada. I don't know about the. It's just like for me, I want the Prada, but I don't know that Prada is one of the the signature brand from from Italia. And then I told him Prada, and then I told him that a Prada purse, or yeah, wallet. I will be happy in this earth if I receive Prada wallet. Okay, so here's the story. And I didn't know that he remembered that. Okay, so we we boyfriend and girlfriend for the long distance, oh my goodness, for over a year, before he decided to come here in the Philippines to marry me. And then uh I'm not asking him, because I don't know. It's not in my personality asking. I want this. I want that. In fact, when I do shopping, he's the one who tells me, And especially when he saw me that, cleaning the house, that I work hard, he's the one who remind me that you want to shopping. But me, I don't. I just tell him if I really need, okay? But actually, he's the one who always tells me to go shopping or what. But me, I even, my hair, he said that, you have to fix me. I don't, because I'm still managing myself, me doing that. And if I hear, 5,000, 6,000, just to fix, oh my goodness, it's so pricey. So I'm gonna keep that money so that, we can save, okay? And then after, about, first anniversary, wedding anniversary, and then that time, he knows that every weekend I go to farmer's market, guys, okay? And then there's some money there. And then I told him, okay, it's time for me to go to the farmer's market. And then he said, no, you can't go there. And then why? Because this is my schedule. And then he said, I don't know. And then, okay, so I don't want to, I don't want to force that to go to the, okay. And then I check my refrigerator, I still have food. And then he told me that, okay, get ready. And then I told him, get ready to go to the farmer's market. And then, he said, no. He tried to surprise me. But here's the thing, guys. Okay, and then let's go to, somewhere in Makati, in Makati, Greenbelt, Greenbelt, that's the shop that, all the luxuries like Chanel, Gucci, Prada, Hermes, Louis Vuitton. That's in the, the area, the Greenbelt Mall. Okay? And then Prada. So, and then I'm thinking, what? I thought that he will buy me, a laptop. But, I'm thinking, there's no computer shop in Greenbelt. But I know in Greenbelt, different, different, signature brand. And then he didn't tells me. But, I feel so, I'm just, I always remember, I just, I cannot overcome about, oh, I have to go to farmers market. But, first time that he refused to me to go to farmers market. Oh my goodness, guys, and we arrive in Greenbelt Mall, guys. So here's the thing that, if you go to Louis Vuitton or Chanel, they will ask, Mom, where are you gonna go and shop? And then they ask me first, and then I I don't know. And then Frank Frank told them, oh, in the product, because you know what, guys, the reason why they ask, so that they will assess you to go straight. You don't have to go around. The guard will help you to bring you there on the shop. That's how they entertain. And then I told him, oh, it's no longer surprise. That's one thing, guys, that, oh, I was surprised. And then, oh, I thought it's computer, but I refused. There's no computer shop here in Greenbelt. And that's the time, guys, that, and then he remember what I said, when we girlfriend and boyfriend, that, to have a Prada wallet. But here's the thing, guys, that, I like the red color, but, the price is like, like over 1,000, over 1,000 USD, guys. And then, there's a sky blue, same, the same style. Okay. But the only difference is the color is, the about, the price is not 1,000, about 800 something, 800 USD. And then he said, get what you want. But, I just think, wait a minute. I just like, I like the red color. That's the first color that I want. But when I think that, okay, the price is not really bad, the blue. I like also the blue, but I told him, okay, I don't want to get, the one or the over 1,000. I get the less. Okay, I get the less. But he wants me to get the red. But I told him no. No, it's not. I don't want, because that's for me. It's too pricey, guys. So that, how much is that? About the price is about 55,000 in pesos. So I told him, no, I can able to get the blue one is less. Though he let me to pick that one. So that that wallet, guys, I really value that, guys. Especially if it's rainy season, guys, and I go outside, I have to put that inside the Ziploc bag, because I don't want my wallet, because this is, the most expensive for my entire life, that to receive that. So I really value that, guys. That wallet, we've been married for 6 years. It's still there, but I always take care of that. I always take care of that. So, me, I don't really mind, if, as long as, that's came from you guys, that you gave, I really value that. I don't care how much is the price of that, especially that, you gave that with, with all your hearts. I really value that, guys. So that's the thing, that's, in communication, emotion, you have to appreciate, guys. If your husband give you this, don't you, is this what you got? No, I don't like this. This is not Louis Vuitton or Chanel. No, for women, women in general, guys, women in general, you must be appreciated that, okay? Because if you're gonna, okay, I don't like that, okay, that's the start that your relationship with your husband starts dying, okay. And then Frank told me, oh, you want a Prada purse. And then I told him, no, that's too much, that's too pricey. And then he said, no, stop saying expensive. No, I don't. I'm good with the local. I'm good with the local. I'm good with this. I don't need to buy something. I'm good with this. The wallet. I don't need to get any of those guys. Okay, I prefer to buy local, because you know what? I can help my people to buy local products. Okay, so that's the thing, that we must, women, we must be appreciated, especially, don't after, the like, this is the thing, that women, they want to compete with other women. You have to change that, okay? You have to change that, because this is all about the relationship with your partner, or with your husband, or your girlfriend, or your boyfriend. If you love to compete with other women, so it's not good, it's not good, because you start not to appreciate your partner, things that you give, because you always wants to compete. No, you don't have to do that, okay? Because that's what women do. They love competition. If they saw some women wearing like Prada, like Gucci, they want to also that. But they never think that, what is your husband or boyfriend job? Okay, so you give pressure to your husband or to your boyfriend to give you that. But you know what? For men, if that woman's attitude or personality, you better run, because she's not a good partner. She's not a good wife. Okay? So that's the thing, that you communicate emotion. You appreciate things, small things. Oh my goodness. You see there, guys, this is my, on the box that I have a local summer hat. Okay, hold on, let me show you guys. Actually, this is, actually this is new, but this is very cheap. So this is my first local. I love local product, because that's one, my purpose is to help my people, to. So how many years is this? Oh my goodness, it's kind of old, this is 4 years old. But I take care of that, guys. I take care of that. And this one, well, you can see, guys, there's still a tag. See, I love the look. Still have a tag. So, how much the price of this? It's very cheap, guys. But, I like it. It's not, it's not the price, but I like it. I don't care if it's not branded, but, I like this. Okay. So I really appreciate, it's just like when Frank saw this, oh, you like this? And then I told him, yes, it's so cute. But I don't want to mention the price, guys. But this is nice. So I really appreciate. My goodness. Hold on, guys. Let me return it back. So I think the reason this one, guys, this one, it's always good because it's always stay in the cold room. So this is made in rattan. No, not rattan. I think this is anahaw leaves. So it will not brittle, because this one, if it's exposed too much to the sun, it's gonna be brittle. So that's why I always put it here on the top of the box, because it's cold and preserve, the texture of the leaves. But this one is made of nylon, but it's cute. I like it. So women must appreciate simple things, okay? Simple things. Don't compete with other, with other women, because some women, they have money, they can buy whatever they want. But if you are less, you don't have to compete those women, all right? Because this is, for the couple, you give pressure to your, to your husband to do things. Sometimes, if the husband really love you so much, they can do whatever they want to do as long as you can give. But for the men, you don't have to do that, because if you're a husband and wife, women should learn how to be contented, okay? And then the thing, and oh my goodness, it's already 1 hour na. Ang bilis. Okay, so I'm gonna continue this in other days. Okay, so I'll give you, okay, this is the last one. To make the how to keep the sparks is laugh. Okay. Oh my goodness, guys. Me, we always laugh with each other, guys. Sometimes, we Lilibet, how much should a husband give wife for like allowance? Okay, so that's a good question. Here's the thing, MP. If you're, if you're husband and wife, you don't have to give allowance to your wife because the allowance is only for kids or student or girlfriend. But if if your husband and wife, there's no allowance with each other. Her money is yours, his money is the wife's money. So you have to share money with each other. So if the money is, you have to sit the, money on the area that your husband can get, he free to get money there, and the wife. You don't have to give allowance or, to your uh, wife because what's the purpose being married if you give allowance to your wife? Okay, just like me, I don't have allowance, but I have access all the money that Frank has. But I'm not the type of person that I take advantage that. No. Okay, the GF allowance, it's yeah, for the GF, it's your choice. It's all about, it's a matter of choice. If if she deserve if she deserved to have allowance, then why not? Okay, why not? But you have to be aware also what she's doing about the money that you sent to her. Is this, the money that, she just only for her self-interest or what? Because, if your boyfriend and girlfriend, you don't have, it's not your responsibility to give her, things for herself. Okay, it's just like a bonus. It's just like a bonus if you give that to her, but it's not mandatory. It's not mandatory. But it's just like, for me, it's just like, you have to know if you give that allowance, where's the money gonna, what's the use of the money if you give it to her. But sometimes, okay, I'm not saying this is, this is for, women, but most of women, they become what do you call that, spoiled because of, their boyfriend, especially if their boyfriend sending them allowance. It's just like they become, um what do you call that, they brag their self, they brag their self that, oh, this, that, they think that you're very, you're very in love with her. That's the time sometimes women, they take advantage for that. Once you send, money to her, that, especially for your boyfriend and girlfriend, unless that, if that woman is very care for you, because if I'm the woman, if I'm the okay, example, MP, if I'm your girlfriend, I know that you are good to me, I trust you, okay, but I will advise you, keep that money on you, because at the end of the day, if we're with each other, if we're meant for each other, that money, it will helps to create our future together. You don't have to send me because it's not your responsibility. It's just like, we know that some men, they want to impress their girlfriend, but for me, I will refuse that. Keep that money, and then by the time that we're ready to settle down, that's a big help for us. Because sometimes, I advise also, no, for men, don't use your money just to, okay, I'm gonna clear this. Don't use your money to give to your girlfriend to show love to you, because sometimes the love that they shown to you is fake. They just love you because they know that they can benefits on you. So sometimes it's not good advice also, you can give something, but it's not your responsibility to send her every month allowance. Okay? So I hope you understand. And what I mean. But in the other hand, it's all about your choice. Okay? It's your choice. Because some women, they just, of course, especially Filipina, I'm not saying that some women, but some Filipina, they love to compete. They love to compete that, okay, my boyfriend sent me a like this, send me 50,000 pesos a month. And they start to bragging themselves. Okay. And then they don't really give interest, to make the relationship strong with you. It's just like they just stay with you because they love to bragging. They starts to bragging, because some Filipina, it's just like, doing that. It's a competition. Okay, who gonna beat this amount that their boyfriend sending to them. That's what they do. Okay. And then they gonna go places because they know to themselves, oh, my boyfriend will sell me, my boyfriend loves me. But it's just like, the love that the woman gave to you is no longer the love that for yourself. They give that love for the money that you send to her. I don't know if you understand that. Do I confuse you about my my opinion about that? But for boyfriend and girlfriend, there's nothing wrong to send something to your girlfriend. But in the other hand, it's not your responsibility to give her allowance. You can give something that special day, you can. Okay, but it's not your responsibility to send her money every month. All right, because also, if you're not, if sometimes that's a cause also of the relationship starts to be cold, because it's add pressure on you. What if suddenly you lose your job, and then your girlfriend use of that? Every month she receive money from you, and then of course you don't have to tell her that you lose your job. So it's another pressure on you. And then it's gonna be cause of why you cannot send me this, why you refuse to send me, you know so you have to think ahead of time, not just now, but you have to think ahead of time. Okay, but for me, that's normal that shown something, send her a special, that it really shows that you were there with her, and you appreciate the relationship that you had with her. Okay, sometimes special day, you want to treat her for her birthday, you can send money to her, but not the every month. Every month you can send money if she's if it's her birthday. Okay, you can tell, okay, I will send you, and then you can treat your family for that. But it's not good, things that you give allowance her every month. Okay, because me, if I'm your girlfriend, I will refuse that. I will refuse. Because if you know that you're honest, you love me, I will trust you. I don't ask something from you, because at the end of the day, that money, it's where, that's for ours. Okay, so you don't have to impress me by sending money. We know that we need money, but there's a certain things that you have to be think before you decide, or before you uh before you decide, or uh who's this? You suffer, okay? So that's, that's, I don't know, it's up to you, it's up to you, MP, how you deal. But it's just like, I gave you some, some idea that's, it's not really, um it's not on favor on the side of a woman, okay? Because that's, there's still a lot of, there's still a lot of, of men, especially some Western men, that they know that the only thing that the women can like them is to send money to them. But it's just like the natural feeling that she with you, it's kind of a rare. But most of the women, they just love the men because the money. But when it comes the the love that she felt on you is not really, just a very, very little. It's just like they love, because women will not tell you that, okay? Because if you're gonna tell that, you will stop sending money to her. But as much as she can, she just hide that. All right. So that's why my, my advice, keep your, uh, don't, no need to rush, okay? Take your time. Imagine, guys, for those couple, 10 years, 15 years, if they not, if they don't know how to keep the relations alive, they separate, they divorce, because they starts to, the relationship starts to cold and start dying. Sometimes, women uh, okay. Yusuf, where I from? Manila. V- VJT? What? I'm from Manila, okay? But of course, for men, of course, you always, you all, like I said, MP, that, you can still, send some, gift. But, it's not literally nothing. Nothing, okay? But it's enough for me, this is a logical opinion, that you don't have to send money monthly, okay? Monthly for, allowance. Because here's my thought process. If the women's like you, they will like you. If the women love you, they will love you for who you are. It's not the material thing, but we all know that we need money. But sometimes we have to be careful about using money. Okay. So that's, that's the thing, that you know to keep relationship alive, always communicate, communicate regularly, share your experience. You have to, listen, okay? Share some activities with your partner, so that the relationship will last. Because if the relationship starts to cold, you will tell, guys, you will tell. if, but so far, me, I don't. If you know that, the relationship starts to cold, well, you want to know what's the, it's just like a human body. You have to know what's the symptom is, and then when you found out the symptoms, you try to fix, like, like the doctors, if they know the symptoms, if you need the, the lab test or the radio, so that they can figure it out, is this, is this need a surgery, or this is can, just, medicine, a medication, is this can heal with, medication without surgery. Just the same also with in a relationship. You have to know the symptoms, why the relationship is cold or dying, or you have to know also the the relationship, why it is still alive. Because of those factors, guys, that you always communicate regularly, communicate emotions, um, always share good memories with your partner, bonding together, things like that. That's very important, guys. And of course, the three words that the Liliveth Tate channels always, always advise is trust, respect, and communication. Trust, respect, and communication. That's the three words that you always kept in your relationship, guys. That's the three, that's the key to have a harmonious and alive relationship. Trust, communication, and what's the other one? Respect. So it's just like, for men, it's good to have, it's good to have, dealing with the woman, that you have a peaceful mind, guys. Peaceful mind. And I hope one day that I can, I can convince Frank to talk about, about his life here in the Philippines. So I'm gonna talk that to him, so that, for those Western people, particularly brothers, that, encourage that, never give up, find the right mate, and you will have a peaceful life. Okay? Don't stay in the matrix that your life become hell. Go to the other country to make your life better, or to make your life peaceful. Yeah, respect is, sometimes, that's the thing that, that's the thing, MP, that nowadays people, they don't have respect with each other. Okay, I'm not saying all, but majority of people now, they don't have no respect. They don't know how to respect. Yes, because now the matrix is starts to become healed. It's just like, the song of, how can you, how can you heal? The word is full of, full of, uh, full of negativity. Just what Michael's Jackson said. Heal the world, make a better place. How can you make? How can you make a better place if those people are, starts to become evil? For you and for me and for me and for the human race. And now you cannot really say that, because now The system fucked up people's life all over the world. Ay, ay, ay. So guys, okay, so for those, for those did not watch from the beginning of my discussion, to keep a relationship alive. So if you have time, you can replay this so that you will get what I'm trying, to explain to you guys. But I apologize, guys, for those that my English is not really my explanation. Sometimes, guys, it's so hard to explain in in English term, because in my brain, right side is American English, on the left side is Tagalog language, and then at the back of my it is my mother tongue. So a bit a bit hard to deal with that. So any question, guys? Time moves so fast. It's just like, I thought that it's Friday. Now it's Sunday na, Sunday morning. It's 1:49 a.m. here in the Philippines. Oh my goodness, guys, a while ago there's a guy, the Filipino guy attacking me that, I don't really like. It's really, no manners. So I don't want to say that because, like I said, that I don't really want to absorb those, negative or bad energy from people. Because if you're gonna absorb that, guys, your day, is really bad day. If you're gonna, absorb that kind of people. But I don't know why these people act like this. So the only thing that I can think is they are mentally ill. Because if you're not mentally ill, you cannot say that. Especially you don't know me. How can you say, what do you call that? No manners. No, the term, the bastos, in in English, bastos. So yeah, and guys, for those Western people, okay, especially, and also my people, be careful, guys, by saying things that you offend, things that you disrespect. Like me, you disrespect me, I can file case against you guys. I will ask the National Telecommunication Company to trace where you're from. Okay, I can file case if you're too much saying, nasty word, or you love to bully me. I can ask the National Telecommunication Company, or NTC, here in the Philippines, to trace where you from. So behave. I'm not prejudiced those people that act right, but I am prejudiced for those people that act, um, you know they are not, act like, how can I say the right term? They don't act right. Please act right, okay? I remember Raul, please act right. So you must be, please act right, or else you're gonna face the consequence of your action. So be careful about that, guys. Especially you don't know the person, don't drop any words that it really harm, because You never know the person that you're dealing with. Okay, so be careful about that. And then there's the one thing that I can tell. If you cannot say good, then shut your mouth. Alright? And then if you don't like my show, then leave. I'm not forcing you to stay here. Oh, Miguel! Hello! Happy birthday, Miguel. So I gotta sing happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Happy birthday, Miguel. Mwah. Happy birthday, Miguel. How old are you, Miguel? So what's the party? Do you have a party, birthday party, Miguel? Cause here's the thing, guys. I'm not putting up my chair. Okay, this is me. I'm a nice person, guys. For those people who nice to me, I'm a loyal friend, and I value friendship. All right, but but or however, for those people mean to me, what can you expect me to treat you? Mm-mm. So this is, I always saying this. I will treated you the way you treated me. If you treated me good, I will treated you more than you treated me. All right? As simple as that. So you better, because this is, my show. This is all about for those people that, for those who wants to interested, to listen about what things that, especially in real life. Okay, are you willing, to learn? Are you willing to know what other, other countries culture, system, people? Then come to my channel and share your opinion for that. And I would love, to share that with you. But if you're coming here on my show, say something that I don't, that I really don't like, and you share your negative vibes, por Dios, por santo, leave my channel alone, okay? Because I'm gonna tell you in your face, I don't welcome those kind of people, okay? So last night I experienced two people, and tonight I experienced one person that, yes, mentally ill. I don't know. Well, last night, same thing that, they're really bastos. No manners, guys. And I'm, the first person that I encountered, sending me a policy notification. It's no longer send that to me. Okay, he did that first, second, and third, and the third time, okay, and the third time he did, but I know already how to deal with that. So I blocked. I blocked that person. So for those for those visit my channel and you are not behave, okay, I will block you. Ahora mismo, I will block you guys, okay? I will block you. So if you want to visit and if you want to learn something new in my channel, then behave. Sit down, stop, look, and listen and learn. Okay? This is the thing that I don't understand, why these people, they're not going to the some other show that they can learn. Okay? And some people, they love to go to the other show because maybe they need something, a personal, uh, what do you call that? They're lonely. So they just go to, some show that, they're showing their body, but they don't really want to go to the show that they can learn. Okay? But actually, it's none of my business. Okay? But it's just like I'm just notice about that. Any question? Question. So, men and women, be careful about, is your relationship is still alive? Huh? My question, I have a question for those people and 6 million people. Is your relation still alive? Or is your relationship with your partner now is starts to cold or dying? So that's the problem. Okay, that's the problem, guys. If your relationship with your partner is starts to cold or dying, and you don't know what's the reason, and you don't know how to deal with that, now that's your problem. But I don't want to tell that, but I know the reason. Okay? It's just like there's a man so furious. He wants to embarrass me of this situation. But I think that person realized that makes sense what I said to him. Okay? Why these women ask money to another man? Jesus Christ. He was surprised why I say that. And he think that, the girl is loyal to him, but the truth is it's not. Change. So any question, guys? Oh my goodness. I can see the love in your eyes. But you know what? I really know. I don't know if you're still there, MP. I really appreciate, I really appreciate you. Okay? You're honorable man. You have men with honor, and I really, really appreciate that. And we appreciate that from you. Not only me, we. Okay? Okay. So I hope you will not change. You know what? Sometimes, sometimes people, uh, we're not really the same way how to deal life, how to deal life. But the only thing that I have that, to understand people is to respect, respect opinion of other people. Ay, okay, enjoy your life, do do good thing, okay. If you this is my advice for you, MP. Enjoy life with the person that you with, that who value you, okay. And stay away for those people that they use you because they need you, but they don't really value you. Stay away on those people, okay, because they are not good. They are not good people. I really want to have, May. It's already May. I hope that it gonna be rain here. How many months that it never rain here in Metro Manila, guys? I hope that it's gonna be rain. Oh my goodness. But in other, like in Mindanao part, some city there, they rain heavy rain. But here in Metro Manila, never, never rain. So, well, let's say by month of June, next month. So, and then for Filipina, okay, if you find the right man for you, take care of that man, okay? Take care of that man. Don't let any woman will steal that from you, because if you let women steal that from you, the problems is in you, okay? Meaning you did not take care of that man. Same thing if the man, fine, it doesn't really matter if that's Filipina or other women, other race. If you find the right, or let's say, a keeper, a wifey material, take care of that person. Don't let anybody steal that from you, okay? Because out of 10 people, just only one you can find the good one. Most of, well, most they are not. They just stay with, they just there with you if they need you. But if they get the needs or help from you, they suddenly disappeared. Okay, so men and women, if you find the right person, take care of that. Okay? So just like that. Uh, I'm not really used of doing this. See? Ha! This is hot. My corazon. Okay, I still have, okay, I gonna end this, I end my show is, okay, we still have 7 minutes to go. What happened? My connection. So guys, once I get my, my baby, because um, May, okay, Tuesday, May 6th, that's Tuesday. So I'll gonna fetch my, my baby. So I will do a short video for that. And um, we're planning to travel outside Metro Manila. Maybe I can visit my big sister in Cabanatuan. So, and you will see my beautiful niece. I have a beautiful niece, like me. Like me. So it's just like I cannot see. I don't remember what things that I gonna tell. So just example myself. Yes, I have a beautiful. She's how old is my niece? She's 22 or 23. No, no. Yeah, I think she's 22 or 23. No, she's older. I have, and then my other niece also, that, they think that, mestiza is just like mestiza. We call that, it's more on the Spanish, Spanish look. Okay. She's 20, 23, 24. 23. She's graduated in college this or October. I think she's Octoberian. It makes me laugh because when she was in high school, because my big sister, in my family, I think I get my more genes to my dad. My dad, he's tall and, dark skin, dark, golden brown. Golden brown. And the rest of my, siblings, we all 9 girls. Okay. And then most of my siblings, they have lighter skin than me. But this is what you see on my skin. That's my skin in person, because I don't use filter. But in my family, I'm the dark. you know they call me negra. Dark skin. Negra means dark skin. So my sister, she's very, lighter skin. And then my niece, in school, they never met, her father. And then one time, the father go to the school that there's activities, and they think that, the father of my niece is white American, because she's very mestiza. And then you know, when they when her classmate asked, where's your dad? And then she point her dad, and then they kept laughing. They don't believe that, the, uh, her father is not, he's not mestizo. She's cute. Okay. It makes me laugh about that. And then when she tell her classmate, this is my mom, oh, they agree, because my sister, she has a lighter skin than me. So maybe I have two sister, three sister, the other ones in Cavite, Bailin, but it's near to Batangas. Okay. and then the other one in Cabanatuan. And then I have also, my niece, she's still single. She's 20, 24 or 25. She's working as in Air Force. Okay. So I'm gonna do that because I'm gonna fetch my baby. So we're gonna do different places. Okay. So maybe I can share some some trip to different places here in outside Metro Manila. So stay tuned for that, guys. Okay, maybe I can do some some video or live streaming about life in the life outside Metro Manila, but it's still part of Luzon. Okay, but it's not in Metro Manila, outside Metro Manila. All right. So I would like to thank, for those, for those still on my membership join button. And even though that you are not regular coming, but you're still part of my LTC, I really appreciate that. I don't want to mention your name, guys, but for those still members of my LTC family, LTC friends, LTC supporters, thank you so much, guys, for um still still my members. And for those who new to my channel, who subscribe, thank you so much. And of course, MP, thank you so much for your for your um, support. And of course, the things that you given to me, okay, or to us. Thank you so much for that. And for those, for those people that send, super chat, thank you. And for those send donation to my people, thank you then. Thank you so much. And by the way, guys, this coming May 7, I'm doing to interview Ryan Avery Rog One. He's from Australia. So that would be May 7, 12 midnight. 12 midnight, guys. So hope you can you can join with us, because I'm gonna do that on the go live on YouTube, because you can allow to invite just only one. But I don't really want to go to StreamYard, guys, because I experienced StreamYard that once they are not consistent ba, guys, about the service. Sometimes it's blurry, and then I don't know. So I try the YouTube Go Live if it's working good, because I did that first time with Simply Sharon, but the audio is good. But I would like to try on the second time if it's if it's changed the uh situation or the audio thing. So thank you so much, guys, for your time and effort, sharing your your opinion, and you comment. And of course, I really appreciate for those who drop their comment. And at the same time, for those who listen, okay. And then for those trolls, guys, okay, this is the sad part, that if you cannot really behave, you cannot really participate on my show. Okay, so you better behave so that you can participate with me until the end of my show. But if you can't, then and then especially if you show no manners, and I will block you, guys. So if you blocked, you cannot participate. Okay, so once again, guys, muchas gracias, merci beaucoup, arigato gozaimasu. And maraming salamat, and thank you very much for your time and effort to support my channel. So, until next time, bye. Once again, happy birthday, Miguel, okay? Bless your heart, Miguel. Bye, everyone. Oops.